Hello everyone and welcome to my General Hospital Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Carly's request to Willow. Jason's police drama. Drew faces criticism. According to General Hospital spoilers for the week of February 24th to 28th, Jason Morgan will be dealing with some police turmoil, while Carly Spencer will make a plea to Willow Corinthos. Since Drew Quartermain will also face criticism, let's discuss the next events in Port Charles. When Sonny Corinthos visits Jake after Lucky Spencer's emergency, he will demonstrate his friendship. Laura Collins will presume Cyrus Renaud is still out there, so she will give Sonny the lowdown and worry. But since Cyrus is dead, Anna Devane might start to believe that he disappeared. It appears that Anna might be led to believe Jason is guilty by certain hints. Regarding Jack Brennan, he will strengthen his relationship with Carly, but she won't be aware that he is concealing some very important information from her. Although Jocelyn Jacks was told to keep quiet about what transpired at the cabin, she will likely become tense around Trina Robinson and possibly even more so near Carly. The police turmoil Jason will have to deal with might be exactly what Brennan had in mind. It might assist Brennan corner Jocelyn into complying with his demands and allay suspicions about her at the PCPD. However, Jocelyn is about to make a decision that would change her life, so if Brennan isn't careful, she might go rogue. Joss might not be able to handle witnessing Jason being grilled and possibly going to jail. Jocelyn might feel pressured to confess to killing Cyrus, which Brennan would disapprove of. Instead, Brennan can say that if Jocelyn agrees to sign a contract to train for the WSB, he can ensure Jason's freedom. Jocelyn is going to do something that could alter her life forever, regardless of what she decides. Let's take a minute to concentrate on Carly's request to Willow before she deals with some Jocelyn-related shockers. Carly might be relieved to learn that Willow declined Drew's offer to live with him. Nevertheless, Carly might be concerned that Willow would have second thoughts. Carly will make an effort to help Willow see Drew for who he truly is, but she might not succeed. Additionally, Nina Reeves will enrage Drew by visiting his home, where she will chastise him and possibly start a cunning scheme. Is it possible for Nina to snoop or at least plant a listening device? Tracy Quartermain, on the other hand, will concentrate on her own Drew takedown plot. When Tracy uses a power play against Drew, she will plot and surprise him. Trina and Kai Taylor's developing connection will continue to thrive even though Ava Jerome and Christina Corinthos Davis have a significant falling out. Additionally, Molly Lansing Davis and Cody Bell will continue their journey toward falling in love. Lois Chirulo will learn that Brooklyn Quartermain told Harrison Chase about the child she placed for adoption in another scene. Given Chase's empathy, Brooklyn will find it reassuring to have it publicly acknowledged. Lois, on the other hand, will be terrified because she thinks the whole truth might be revealed. Given her desire to keep Giovanni Gio Palmieri's ancestry hidden, Lois will be aware that this could become more difficult. Chase might complicate matters with a proposal in the near future. If Brooklyn really wants to get back together, Chase might know how to find her grown child because it will take her by surprise. That could also be problematic because Chase will once more confide in Dante Falconeri. If Dante receives covert pregnancy updates, he might begin to piece together the details of his teenage liaison with Brooklyn. But when it comes to future secret explosions, Lulu Spencer might be the true danger. Lulu will believe that something is amiss, and her inquiry may cause pandemonium everywhere. Olivia Quartermain will present Carly with a suggestion to think over. Olivia will make a pitch and offer some optimistic forecasts regarding Carly's ambitious aspirations, even though she will already have a lot on her plate. Will Cyrus Killer confess to clear Jason and Jocelyn's life-altering decision? According to General Hospital teasers, Jocelyn Jacks is about to make a decision that will change her life. Will Jason Morgan, the main suspect, be spared if Cyrus Renaud's killer confesses? Jocelyn is going to have a very anxious start to the week of February 24th to 28th. Joss will be on edge when Trina Robinson becomes suspicious and begins to inquire about Jocelyn's whereabouts from last night. Now that Cyrus has vanished, Jason Morgan is going to run into some issues. There are indications that Jack Brennan may be involved in some proof that will support Jason's claim. In any event, as the plot develops, Jason's freedom will be in jeopardy. Even in the absence of Cyrus' body, the police will be attentively examining Jason to see if he killed the criminal. According to GH teasers for February 25th, Jason is going to be put in a difficult situation. Jason's circumstances won't be good. So why will Jocelyn make a decision that will change her life on February 26th? It's probable that Joss may march herself down to the PCPD and confess, since Carly Spencer will be shaken by Jocelyn's choice. Jocelyn won't allow that to happen if she truly thinks Jason might be held accountable for what she did. Jocelyn won't want Danny Morgan to lose Jason now, since he already lost one father when Cyrus targeted Sam McCall. There is no way Jocelyn could live with herself if Jason went to prison for her, because she also loves him very much and considers him to be almost family. Of course, Jocelyn might choose to confess, but Brennan might ultimately prevent her from doing so. Maybe Brennan will persuade Jocelyn to believe him and realize that the police don't have enough to arrest Jason. But Jocelyn's decision could change her life if she strikes a deal with Brennan. Jocelyn may promise to join the WSB as Brennan desires, provided Jason stays out of the slammer. To put it another way, Brennan may coerce Jocelyn into signing a deal by using all the rumors that are circulating around Jason. Jocelyn may agree to make the WSB her future after negotiating with Brennan, but only if Jason is still free. Regardless of how everything turns out, our projections indicate that Jocelyn's decisions will significantly alter her life. Stay back for updates on all the surprising news that lies ahead, as General Hospital spoilers indicate that Jocelyn has some amazing sequences in the works. Olivia's pitch, Jason's mess, Josh Choice, and Molly Bonds. This week's General Hospital spoilers for February 24, 2025, are available. Fans can anticipate Molly Lansing Davis opening up to Cody Bell next week. Jocelyn Jacks takes a decision that changes her life. Jason Morgan is enclosed by walls. Olivia Quartermaine pitches elsewhere. Let's discuss the upcoming developments in the ABC soap drama as you continue reading. Davis Molly Lansing Bonds. Molly has been getting to know Cody ever since her romance with TJ Ashford ended. Actually, it wasn't a good beginning for Molly and Cody. Then there was another incident on the roof that turned out to be somewhat humorous. Molly and Cody will now have another meeting. Molly will let him in this time. Speaking about Molly, she and Christina Corinthos Davis engage in a contentious argument. Molly is informed by Christina that she will never again have faith in the system. Christina also has a nasty run-in with Ava Jerome in the following week. Jocelyn Jack's selection. She had a lot on her mind over with Jocelyn. In self-defense, Jocelyn killed Cyrus Renault. Jack Brennan was then contacted by Jocelyn, and he cleared the mess. Jocelyn was later asked to join the WSB by Brennan. Brennan appears fairly certain that Joss will eventually visit them, despite the fact that she did not respond. But Trina Robinson, who can see that her best friend is hiding something, will question Jocelyn. The fear of Lois Cerullo. Fans will witness what transpires as Brooklyn Quartermaine provides her mother with an update, according to General Hospital spoilers. With joy, Brooklyn says she informed Harrison Chase everything about her adolescent pregnancy. Lois's mouth falls open as BLQ clarifies. In the future, Chase suggests that BLQ look for her child. Naturally, Lois has taken great care to ensure that Giovanni Gio Palmieri, the son of BLQ and Dante Falconeri, is never discovered. But secrets inevitably find their way out. February 24, 2025 week. Laura Collins and Sonny Corinthos reunite the next week. Lulu Spencer becomes wary. Jason is surrounded by walls. Jason might be held accountable even though he didn't kill Cyrus. Olivia presents Carly Spencer with a proposal. Carly talks about her friendship with Brennan later. With Willow take Corinthos, Carly then pleads. Additionally, it is hinted that Drew Kane Quartermaine finds Nina Reeves annoying. The dark secret of Jack Brennan. Austin Gatlin Holt's killer is out. Austin Gatlin Holt's killer may have just been discovered, according to General Hospital spoilers and updates, and it turns out to be none other than Jack Brennan. There are strong indications that Brennan was responsible for Austin's death in November 2023. Austin's murderer remains a mystery. To date, the mystery surrounding Austin's death has not been resolved. Although there were indications that Cyrus Renault might have contributed to Austin's demise, it's likely that the program was purposefully deceiving viewers. When catastrophe struck, Austin was about to divulge the identity of his boss and offer vital proof for an immunity agreement. Since Austin was forced to follow Cyrus's instructions, Many fans theorize that Cyrus was to blame for his passing. However, this argument seems overly straightforward. If it were true, why has the show concealed this information for so long? Austin's killer Cyrus might be a red herring. If the GH writers want to reveal Brennan as Austin's killer instead, Cyrus might just be a distraction. Brennan was guided to Cyrus' hiding place by Colette Moreau, but what if he had already paid Austin a covert visit? A strange person wearing dress shoes was seen at the scene of the incident. It was strangely reminiscent of Brennan's dramatic arrival to the cabin in the episode from February 20th. Brennan quickly arrived after Jocelyn Jacks cried for help, and he saw Cyrus's lifeless body on the ground. Dress shoes were on Brennan, similar to the attention drawn to Austin's lifeless body. At the time, some suspected Nicholas Cassadine. Brendan's choice of dress shoes definitely attracted our notice. It's evident that Brennan took drastic steps to get rid of Austin, making sure that some secrets would never be revealed. Even while he has always been charming, there is unquestionably a darker side to him. Remember that Brennan was more of a villain than a hero when he first got to Port Charles. He even tried to kidnap Carly Spencer before getting jailed. Brennan has been adeptly handling a network of questionable operations from the beginning, and is essentially a man who can be quite deadly when he sets his mind to it. Brennan was considering Jocelyn Jacks. Jocelyn continues to be influenced by Brennan, who mentors her with the obvious intention of integrating her into the WSB. Brennan is well known for his craftiness and covert plans, but he also has unspoken secrets. We hypothesize that Austin's death may be connected to one of these mysteries, particularly if Brennan was involved. Will Brennan be exposed as Austin's killer in the upcoming season? She's back, but not in the way you may expect. Nancy Lee Grahn, star of General Hospital, has never been more irate in her life, and she isn't concealing it either. For all the information you require, continue reading below. Nancy Lee Grahn of General Hospital has never been more furious in her life. Because of Elon Musk's ties to President Donald Trump, Nancy has pledged to leave X forever, but it didn't take her long to return. She once again voiced her displeasure with the current administration on the microblogging social media platform. All credible media should be refusing to tolerate Trump's abuse of them in this country, the actress wrote just last week. Since we are at war, the media ought to report on it accordingly. It is either the law of the United States Constitution or Trump/Musk law. Musk and his group of boys who aren't old enough to have developed frontal cortex were given free rein of the U.S. government and have recklessly dismantled our most needed programs and its employees, she said, as if that weren't enough. Their carelessness is turning out to be both costly and lethal. Nancy Lee Grahn is hot and bothered, according to GH News. However, it appears that the actress is equally furious about her own celebration. Nancy claims that no one is taking any action, despite her desire for something to be done. Not one word from Clinton, Obama, Biden, and Kamala Harris, who we put all of our energy behind, the actress posted on her Threads account. Isn't it time for a conversation? She went on to say, Bush has shown himself to be of no use, but at least for the others, isn't this the time to raise alarms and teach this nation what to do to stop the Republican congressional leaders who have agreed to kill us all in order to maintain their influence and power? Guys, isn't this 5 o'clock alarm time? Without a doubt, I believe it is. Given that everyone now knows that Brennan is the reason Jocelyn killed Cyrus, many viewers are unable to help but raise an eyebrow or two about what has been happening between the two of them, according to General Hospital spoilers. For all the information you require, continue reading below. General Hospital spoilers. Jocelyn is making Brennan uncomfortable. Chris Van Etten, the chief writer of General Hospital, recently revealed to Soap Opera Digest that Jocelyn and Brennan are set to become connected. Brennan has been in the background the entire time, giving a little prod here and a little bit of information there, he said. We will soon find out why. It's no coincidence that Brennan lives in Port Charles and is close to Carly. However, his feelings for Carly are unintentional, and they will directly clash with his goals for Jocelyn. The scribe went on, the Spencer women will be thrust into Brennan's world, which is completely foreign to them. Fans of General Hospital, however, are aware that Brennan's company is well known to other characters on the canvas. General Hospital spoilers. Port Charles's upcoming events? As loyalties, friendships, and families are tested, new loves are discovered, and many lives are put in danger, Jason will be among the many Port Charles locals drawn into this unfolding tale. Jocelyn's action, together with Brennan's help, jeopardizes our hero's freedom and raises questions about what actually happened to Cyrus and who was responsible. Naturally, there was a lot of discussion about the issue on the internet. This Brennan/Joss thing is creeping me out a little. Some people even commented. Why is he becoming so close to the daughter of his girlfriend? It almost feels like stalking. And why is he forcing her into risky situations in an attempt to subvert her desire for justice for her boyfriend? Unsettling. Jocelyn killing Cyrus goes against who she is, which is why it would be so powerful to have her off him intentionally, was another comment. Carly's plea to Willow. Carly stood at the doorway of Willow's modest apartment, her heart pounding in her chest. She had rehearsed this moment a dozen times in her mind, but now that she was here, the words seemed to evaporate like morning dew. Willow, her once close friend, now regarded her with a mixture of suspicion and guarded curiosity. The rift between them had grown over the past year, fueled by misunderstandings, betrayals, and the ever-present shadow of Michael, Willow's husband and Carly's son. "Willow, I know you don't owe me anything," Carly began, her voice trembling slightly. "But I'm here because I need your help. For Michael's sake. For Wiley's sake." Willow crossed her arms, her expression unreadable. "You've always known how to play the family card, Carly. But after everything that's happened, why should I trust you?" Carly took a deep breath, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. "Because I'm not just asking for me. I'm asking for all of us. We're family, Willow, whether we like it or not. And right now, Michael needs us to put our differences aside." The tension in the room was palpable. Willow's mind raced as she weighed Carly's words. She had always admired Carly's strength and determination, but those same qualities had also made her a formidable adversary. Could she really trust Carly now? Or was this just another one of her manipulative ploys? As the silence stretched between them, Carly took a step closer, her voice softening. "I know I've made mistakes. I know I've hurt you. But I'm trying to make things right. Please, Willow. Give me a chance to prove that I'm not the enemy." Willow's resolve wavered. She thought of Michael, of the stress he had been under lately, and of little Wiley, who deserved a stable and loving family. Maybe Carly was right. Maybe it was time to let go of the past and focus on what really mattered. "All right," Willow said finally, her voice steady but laced with caution. "I'll hear you out. But this doesn't mean I've forgiven you." "Not yet." Carly nodded, a glimmer of hope shining in her eyes. "Thank you, Willow. That's all I'm asking for." As the two women sat down to talk, the air between them began to shift. Old wounds were laid bare, and painful truths were confronted. But amidst the tears and the anger, there was also a flicker of something else, something that felt like the beginning of healing. Jason's cop drama. Across town, Jason Morgan found himself in a situation that was all too familiar yet increasingly dangerous. As a man who had always operated in the gray areas of the law, he had never been one to shy away from danger. But this time the stakes were higher than ever. It had started with a routine visit to the Port Charles Police Department. Jason had gone there to meet with Detective Dante Falconeri, hoping to gather information about a recent string of crimes that seemed to be targeting his family and friends. But what began as a simple conversation quickly escalated into a full-blown confrontation. "You think you're above the law, Morgan?" Dante demanded, his voice rising with frustration. "You can't keep playing vigilante and expect us to turn a blind eye." Jason's expression remained impassive, but his eyes burned with intensity. "I'm not playing anything, Dante. I'm trying to protect the people I care about. If that means stepping on a few toes, so be it." Dante slammed his hand on the desk, his patience wearing thin. "You're not a cop, Jason. You're not even a private investigator. You're a liability, and if you keep this up, you're going to end up behind bars or worse." The tension between the two men was electric. They had always had a complicated relationship, bound by their shared history and their mutual respect for each other's skills. But now, with the lines between right and wrong becoming increasingly blurred, their alliance was being tested like never before. As Jason left the police station, his mind raced with possibilities. He knew Dante was right. He was walking a fine line, and one misstep could have catastrophic consequences. But he also knew that he couldn't back down. Not when his family was in danger. Later that night, Jason found himself in a dimly lit alley, face to face with a shadowy figure who had been tailing him for days. The man was armed, and his intentions were clear. But Jason was ready. "Who sent you?" Jason demanded, his voice low and dangerous. The man smirked, his grip tightening on the weapon in his hand. "You've made a lot of enemies, Morgan. Too many to count." Before the man could react, Jason disarmed him with a swift, calculated move. The fight was brief but brutal, and when it was over, Jason stood victorious. But as he looked down at the unconscious man at his feet, he couldn't shake the feeling that this was just the beginning. The cop drama was far from over, and Jason knew that he would have to tread carefully if he wanted to survive. But one thing was certain: he would do whatever it took to protect the people he loved, even if it meant putting himself in the line of fire. Drew under fire. Meanwhile, Drew Kane was facing a crisis of his own. As a respected journalist and former Navy SEAL, Drew had always prided himself on his integrity and his ability to uncover the truth. But now his reputation was under attack, and the stakes had never been higher. It had started with a seemingly innocuous article, a piece about corruption in local government. Drew had done his due diligence, verifying his sources and double-checking his facts. But when the story was published, it sparked a firestorm of controversy. "You've crossed a line, Kane," the mayor had said during a heated press conference. "This isn't journalism. It's a witch hunt." Drew had tried to defend himself, but the damage had already been done. His credibility was being called into question, and his career was hanging by a thread. To make matters worse, he had begun receiving threatening messages, warning him to back off or face the consequences. As Drew sat in his office staring at the stack of hate mail on his desk, he couldn't help but feel a sense of déjà vu. He had been here before, fighting for the truth, only to be met with resistance and hostility. But this time it felt different. This time the threats felt more personal, more sinister. His thoughts were interrupted by a knock on the door. It was Sam, his ex-wife and longtime confidant. She had always been his rock, the one person he could count on no matter what. "Drew, you look like hell," Sam said as she stepped inside, her concern evident in her eyes. "I feel like it," Drew admitted, running a hand through his disheveled hair. "I don't know what to do, Sam. I thought I was doing the right thing, but now I'm not so sure." Sam sat down across from him, her expression serious. "You can't let them win, Drew. You've spent your whole life fighting for the truth. Don't stop now." Drew sighed, his shoulders slumping under the weight of his doubts. "But what if I'm wrong? What if I've made a mistake?" "Then you'll fix it," Sam said firmly. "But you can't let fear dictate your actions. You're stronger than that." Her words struck a chord with Drew, reigniting the fire that had been smoldering within him. She was right, he couldn't back down. Not now. Not ever. As Sam left his office, Drew made a decision. He would dig deeper, uncover the truth, and expose those who sought to silence him. It wouldn't be easy and it wouldn't be safe, but it was the right thing to do. The battle was far from over, and Drew knew that he was in for the fight of his life. But with Sam by his side and the truth as his weapon, he was ready to face whatever came his way. Conclusion. The intertwining stories of Carly, Jason, and Drew paint a vivid picture of a world where loyalty, love, and justice are constantly tested. Carly's plea to Willow highlights the complexities of family dynamics and the power of forgiveness. Jason's cop drama underscores the dangers of walking the line between right and wrong, while Drew's struggle against corruption and threats emphasizes the importance of standing up for the truth. As these characters navigate their respective challenges, they are forced to confront their own vulnerabilities and make difficult choices. But through it all, one thing remains clear: their unwavering commitment to the people they love and the values they hold dear. In the end, Carly, Jason, and Drew's journeys serve as a reminder that life is rarely black and white. It is a tapestry of gray areas, where the choices we make define who we are and shape the world around us. And in the face of adversity, it is our courage, resilience, and determination that ultimately light the way forward. In the world of soap operas where drama, intrigue, and emotional turmoil reign supreme, few storylines captivate audiences as intensely as those involving life-altering decisions, moral dilemmas, and the quest for justice. One such gripping narrative revolves around Jocelyn's life-changing choice and the burning question: Will Cyrus Killer confess to clear Jason? This storyline is a masterclass in tension, character development, and the exploration of human nature, as it delves into themes of loyalty, sacrifice, guilt, and redemption. To fully appreciate the gravity of this plot, we must examine the characters involved, the events leading up to this pivotal moment, and the potential consequences of Jocelyn's decision. The backstory: a web of deception and betrayal. At the heart of this storyline is Cyrus Renaud, a character whose very presence exudes menace and manipulation. Cyrus is a master manipulator, a man who thrives on chaos and control. His actions have left a trail of destruction, affecting nearly every character in the series. His death, however, marks a turning point in the narrative. The circumstances surrounding his demise are shrouded in mystery, with multiple characters having motives to see him gone. Among them is Jason Morgan, a fan-favorite character known for his unwavering sense of justice and loyalty to those he loves. Jason finds himself framed for Cyrus' murder, a situation that threatens to unravel his life and the lives of those closest to him. The evidence against him is damning, and the odds seem insurmountable. Enter Jocelyn Jacks, a young woman whose life has been intertwined with Jason's in ways that make her decision all the more poignant. Jocelyn is not just a bystander in this drama. She is a key player, someone whose choices could alter the course of the story. Jocelyn's dilemma: a test of character. Jocelyn's life-changing choice revolves around whether to reveal the truth about Cyrus Killer. She is privy to information that could exonerate Jason, but coming forward comes with its own set of risks. For Jocelyn, this is not just about clearing an innocent man's name. It is about confronting her own fears, values, and the weight of her actions. Her decision is a test of character, one that will define her moving forward. On one hand, Jocelyn has a moral obligation to do what is right. Jason has been a steadfast ally and protector to her and her family. Allowing him to take the fall for a crime he did not commit would be a betrayal of everything she stands for. On the other hand, revealing the truth could have dire consequences. The killer, whoever they may be, is likely someone Jocelyn cares about, and exposing them could lead to their downfall. Additionally, coming forward could put Jocelyn in danger, as Cyrus' allies may seek retribution. The killer's confession: a path to redemption? The question of whether Cyrus Killer will confess to clear Jason adds another layer of complexity to the storyline. Confession is a powerful act, one that requires immense courage and a willingness to face the consequences of one's actions. For the killer, confessing would mean taking responsibility for their crime, but it would also mean sacrificing their freedom and potentially their relationships. The killer's identity is a closely guarded secret, known only to a select few. Their reasons for killing Cyrus may be justified in their eyes, but the act itself cannot be undone. A confession would not only clear Jason's name, but also serve as a form of redemption for the killer. It would be an acknowledgement of their wrongdoing, and a step toward making amends. However, the decision to confess is not an easy one. It requires the killer to confront their own guilt, and the impact of their actions on others. The ripple effect: consequences of Jocelyn's choice. Jocelyn's decision, whatever it may be, will have far-reaching consequences. If she chooses to reveal the truth, it could lead to the killer's arrest and Jason's exoneration. However, it could also strain her relationships with those who are implicated in the crime. The fallout from her choice could create new alliances and rivalries, reshaping the dynamics of the series. On the other hand, if Jocelyn decides to remain silent, Jason's fate will be sealed. He will face the full force of the law, and his loved ones will be left to pick up the pieces. Jocelyn's silence could also weigh heavily on her conscience, leading to feelings of guilt and regret. The emotional toll of her decision will undoubtedly shape her character in profound ways. Themes of loyalty and sacrifice. At its core, this storyline is an exploration of loyalty and sacrifice. Jocelyn's choice is a reflection of her loyalty to Jason, and her willingness to sacrifice her own safety and peace of mind for the greater good. Similarly, the killer's potential confession is an act of sacrifice, one that could redeem them in the eyes of those they have wronged. Loyalty is a recurring theme in soap operas, often tested by the character's actions and decisions. In this case, Jocelyn's loyalty to Jason is pitted against her loyalty to the killer, creating a moral quandary that resonates with viewers. Sacrifice, too, is a central theme, as characters are forced to make difficult choices that come at a personal cost.